Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on this Monday. I'm Robert Hadley.
And I'm Sydney Benter. Early voting wraps up tomorrow, and an election official says early numbers show lower than expected turnout in Travis County, even for a typical May election.
KXAN's Tom Miller spoke with our Travis County Clerk Dana DeBeauvoir about the trends she is seeing and what could happen next.
About 8% of registered voters have voted so far. Where do you think that number is going to finish?
Well, I think we might finish closer to about a 20% turnout, which is more of a normal turnout for a typical city municipal election in May.
How do the early election numbers compare to other May elections, and how does this compare to perhaps a presidential election?
Well, it's a small turnout compared to a presidential, especially our last presidential. Now the last municipal election that we had turned out at more like 30% or better. So we have seen better turnout in municipal elections, but it's certainly not the smallest.
Proposition B has been controversial. Do you feel like that's getting people out there to the polls? Or are you surprised that you haven't seen such a high turnout because of that?
The ban of the ban, or the camping ordinance, shall we keep it, shall we get rid of it? I do think Proposition B is largely driving this turnout, but I think it cuts both ways. I think there are people who want to get out there and vote for it, and I think there are a lot of people who are weighing, carefully what they should be doing about this vote.
Tuesday is the last day of early voting. How does that set up for Election Day? Do you think there'll be a surge?
This time around, we may actually see more people vote on Election Day than voted early, and that's okay, but it will probably be more like half will vote early and half will vote on Election Day.
That 8% of registered voters comes out to more than 60,000 votes cast in Travis County so far. In November, 71%, or nearly 613,000 people voted.